Nathan Green, two-time NCAA champion, from Boise, Idaho, an athlete built for the biggest moments. On paper, he had no chance. Hocker had broken records. Nuguse had won world titles. For 2 days, they had dominated every race, and Nathan Green had barely raced indoors all season. Nobody gave him a shot. The experts had already decided. March 1st, the final lap, everything on the line. What happened next would shock American distance running forever. Nathan Green's journey to becoming a distance running champion began in the high country of Boise, Idaho. As a high school athlete, he was a generational talent. He was a 5-time Gatorade Idaho Athlete of the Year, winning 3 times in cross country and 2 times in track and field. He was a 9-time Idaho State champion across multiple distances. His resume as a prep athlete was stacked with records and dominance. In 2021, he set the Brooks PR Invite mile record with a time of 4 minutes, 1.76 seconds. Just 24 hours after winning in Seattle, he traveled to Eugene and won the Nike Outdoor Nationals mile title, securing 2 national mile wins in 2 days. He was quite simply the most talented distance runner his generation had ever produced at the high school level. His #1 national ranking by mile split reflected his exceptional talent and potential. Everyone knew Nathan Green was destined for great things. The question was not whether he would be a champion. The question was how many championships he would win and what records he would break. Nathan Green chose the University of Washington, joining one of the most storied distance running programs in NCAA history. At Washington, he would become part of an unprecedented dynasty in the 1,500 meters and the mile. The Huskies had established themselves as the elite 1,500-meter program in the country, and Green was part of that legacy from his arrival. In 2022, while still a freshman, Green won the USA Under-20 1,500-meter title with a time of 3 minutes, 45.19 seconds. This victory earned him a spot on Team USA for the World Under-20 Championships in Cali, Colombia, where he finished 5th in world-class competition. He had arrived on the international stage before most of his peers had even completed their freshman year in college. In May 2023, Green claimed the Pac-12 1,500-meter title before capturing the NCAA Outdoor Championship with a dominant performance. He became a 2-time All-American and cemented himself as one of the elite distance runners in the nation. His time of 3 minutes, 36.29 seconds from the USA Championships that July demonstrated his extraordinary range and talent, but 2024 proved to be a humbling year. Green finished 5th at the U.S. Olympic trials in the 1,500 meters, narrowly missing the Olympic team. He finished 10th at the NCAA Outdoor Championships, a significant step backward from his dominance the previous year. As a senior approaching the 2026 championships, questions lingered about whether his peak had already passed. Coming into the 2026 USATF Indoor Championships in Staten Island, Nathan Green had raced only once that indoor season. 2 weeks prior, he had won a mile race in Seattle with a time of 3 minutes, 50 seconds. It was a respectable performance, but nothing that suggested he was ready to compete at the highest levels against the best distance runners in the world. On paper, he was probably the 3rd favorite at best. Cole Hocker was the clear favorite. The Olympic 1,500-meter gold medalist from Paris had dominated American distance running for years. He had set the indoor American record in the mile just weeks before, running 3 minutes, 45.94 seconds. He had won a World Outdoor 5,000-meter championship. He was, by virtually every measure, the king of distance running in America. Yared Nuguse was the other heavy favorite. The Olympic bronze medalist from Paris was a world record holder in the mile. He had finished 2nd to Hocker in an epic 3,000-meter final just 1 day before the 1,500-meter championship. Both Hocker and Nuguse were in peak form heading into the race. They had both proven they could execute tactically and close hard. They were the gatekeepers to Team USA for the World Indoor Championships in Poland. The men's 1,500-meter final at Ocean Breeze Athletic Complex in Staten Island featured a loaded field of elite American distance runners. 12 athletes lined up on the indoor track, all capable of running under 3 minutes 40 seconds. The race promised to be tactically complex and intensely competitive. The pace would be fast. The The finishing kick would be explosive. Only the strongest and most tactically aware athlete would emerge victorious. When the starting gun fired, the race unfolded with precision and tactical awareness. The opening laps were measured and controlled, with no athlete wanting to take on too much of the pace. Nathan Green positioned himself thoughtfully in the field, not leading, but maintaining contact with the frontrunners. He was patient. He was present. He was waiting for his moment. As the race progressed through the middle laps, the pace began to increase incrementally. Hocker and Nuguse began to position themselves more prominently, preparing their decisive moves for the final lap. It was in the final 400 meters that the race truly began. The pace accelerated dramatically. Athletes began moving through the field. Hocker surged forward, expecting to run away from the competition like he had done so many times before. Nuguse made a move, drawing on his experience and tactical acumen. But something unexpected happened. Nathan Green, the athlete who was supposed to be the third favorite and barely raced indoors this season, found another gear. He came from what seemed like nowhere, accelerating with authority and speed that shocked everyone watching. Down the final straight, Green pushed harder. Luke Hauser, his University of Washington teammate, was also moving. Green's closing speed was evident, his form becoming more powerful with every stride. His final 100-meter closing split was 13.08 seconds, one of the fastest closing kicks of the entire race. He threw himself across the finish line in a dramatic dive, crossing in 3 minutes, 37.65 seconds. Behind him, Luke Hauser clipped the line in 3 minutes, 37.67 seconds, just 0.02 seconds behind. Vincent Chiate finished third in 3 minutes, 37.73 seconds. Yared Nuguse finished fourth in 3 minutes, 38.06 seconds. Cole Hocker, the Olympic champion and prohibitive favorite, finished fifth in 3 minutes, 38.08 seconds. The kings of distance running had been dethroned. Nathan Green had just won his first national indoor title in the most shocking upset of the championships. The magnitude of Nathan Green's victory cannot be overstated. He had executed the race perfectly when it mattered most. He had remained patient through the middle laps, gathered himself at the crucial moment, and unleashed a devastating closing kick that neither Hocker nor Nuguse could match. Both of these Olympic medalists had raced to exhaustion in the 3,000-meter final just 24 hours earlier, but that was no excuse. Green's performance was simply superior on this day. The fact that Green and his University of Washington teammate Luke Hauser finished first and second demonstrated the exceptional depth and training quality at the Washington distance running program. Coach Andy Powell had built a dynasty that continued to produce champions. Green's victory cemented his place as a two-time NCAA champion and now an indoor national champion. His dramatic dive at the finish line became the iconic image of the meet, a moment of pure determination and will to win. Green and Hauser did not have the World Indoor Championships qualifying standard of 3 minutes, 36 seconds as of the morning of the race. However, Green's time of 3 minutes, 37.65 seconds put him very close to the standard, and his victory secured his spot on the World Indoor team heading to Poland. He had proven that when the moment mattered most, he could execute at the highest level against the best competition in the world. On March 1st, 2026, at the Ocean Breeze Athletic Complex in Staten Island, Nathan Green secured his first indoor national gold by winning the men's 1,500-meter championship. He pulled off a stunning upset by besting a loaded field that included heavy favorites Cole Hocker and Yared Nuguse, both Olympic medalists and multi-time world champions. Green utilized a perfectly timed finishing kick to edge out Luke Hauser by just 0.02 seconds at the finish line. Hocker and Nuguse, the presumed favorites, finished fourth and fifth respectively, left behind by a finishing kick they could not match. Nathan Green's victory represents more than just a national title. It represents a triumph of patience, tactical intelligence, and the mental strength required to compete at the highest levels of distance running. From a high school prodigy in Boise to an NCAA champion to an Olympic trials participant to an indoor national champion, Green's journey has been marked by resilience and the ability to peak when it matters most. His dramatic finish in Staten Island will be remembered as one of the great upsets in American track and field, a moment when the supposed third favorite became the champion and humiliated the kings of the distance running world.